I have tried lots of controversial, challenging, unusual fragrances. If it's weird, I've probably tried it. Here is a roundup of the strangest ones I've tried, in a vague order from least challenging to most challenging. In terms of what perfumes I actually like to wear, I'm very basic. I love my Kayali's, I love my vanillas, but I have such a fascination with the macabre. I love horror movies, I love horror fiction, I love anything like that, and these fragrances are essentially bottled horror to me. Just a little disclaimer before anybody comes for me, I often get the ultra niche crowd on my back because I don't like these fragrances. That's fine. I look at these fragrances as olfactory art, and art is there to provoke a reaction. Perfume, like art, is subjective. For me, these perfumes provoke a negative reaction, and that is fine. I don't seek out these perfumes to wear. I just have a morbid curiosity and I have to smell them. So now we've got that out the way, let's get into the ranking. Tyrannosaurus Rex by Zoologist. I'm such a dinosaur fan, so this one really appealed to me. This one's not too extreme, to be honest. It's not terrible. It's very, very smoky. It kind of smells like barbecue sauce, but also mixed with some musty, mossy earthiness. It's very green, it's quite damp. I immediately picture the various jungle scenes from Jurassic Park. I feel like it's that kind of smell mixed with barbecue, maybe reminiscent of a volcanic eruption. I do think they're missing a trick by not having like a meatier, bloody note in there though. Sadinaso by Nesamato. I wasn't actively seeking this one out to try, but then I stumbled across it in the Harrods Fragrance Hall and I just decided to try it. The notes don't look terrible, but I feel like there's two camps of people with this fragrance. You either get quite a animalic, sexy vanilla, or you get something that's reminiscent of pissy public toilets and dirty underwear. And I am in the latter category, but it's not horrific. It's not gag-worthy. Odor Luna. Now, Odor Space sits far higher up on this list, and I put off trying Odor Luna for a really long time, but actually it's nowhere near as bad. It's got far fewer notes than Odor Space, it's way less chemically, but Odor Luna to me is not too bad. It just kind of smells like charred, slightly rancid meat that's been shot out of a cannon. Like, it's burnt, it's smoky, but it's not terrible. The infamous Secretions Magnifique. I was so afraid to try this one because I've heard all kinds of things about it. The notes are really not pleasant. It's got notes of semen, blood, spit, sweat. It's not a good time. However, this one was interesting. It starts off very floral, like an iris cologne, and it's actually not unpleasant. And then it gradually develops into like a cologne mixed with sweat, and then it just kind of gets worse from there. You definitely start getting a lot of those body fluid notes coming through. There's like a bleachy note. But I will say, it's not terrible because it's a very human scent. I think it really encapsulates the raw, multifaceted elements that make us human. I think it's a very unique creation, and I actually recommend trying it. I don't like it. It's completely not wearable, but it's not terrible because it's not an entirely unfamiliar scent, if that makes sense. I think this is definitely overhyped and fearmongered as like a really intense, dreadful, like the worst fragrance ever. It's really not that bad. Bull's Blood by Imaginary Authors is when we start getting into more stomach churning, gut wrenching, gross territory. This one to me is an absolute patchouli bomb. Some people really like it and feel like it's very wearable, but to me this is just absolutely awful. It smells like very moldy, damp, dank, musty patchouli mixed with this overwhelming blood note. To me it smells very animalic as well. It smells like you've got a dead cow strung up in a barn. It's been a hot day. The cow is starting to smell a bit, and the blood is very sticky and coagulated and thick, and it's dripping onto some hay. Kind of smells like that. It's really bad. Like, it's really bad. This one really did trigger my nausea. I definitely don't have a strong stomach for these scents, but I'm just so fascinated by them that I do have to seek them all out. Sombra by Strangest Perfumery. If you think Secretions is bad, wait till you try this one, because let me tell you, this is infinitely worse. If this was a movie, it would be one of those shock torture porn movies that exist purely for the sake of the gore. For a while, I said I was never going to try this one. It's got notes of pus, mold, nocturnal animals, vomit. I thought it might be a step too far even for me, but I did try it because I'm on a mission to try all the strange fragrances out there. This to me smells like someone who's got incredibly drunk on very, very cheap champagne, has vomited all over themselves, and then has gone to like a really disgusting motel where the rooms have never been cleaned, a crime was probably committed there, the mattress is stained, and then they've like done the deed with like a really cheap hooker. It's so nasty. It's so seedy and gritty and visceral. It's foul. The vomit note isn't too strong for me, thank God, but it's really, really bad. I don't recommend this one. The XSE line by Filippo Sortinelli. Now, there's 5 in this line, but I'm lumping them together because they are indistinguishably wretched. My video where I tried these got a lot of slack from the ultra niche crowd. I don't think these fragrances are meant to be nice. I don't think they're meant to be good fragrances. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. The perfumer himself liked my video when I tried them. So I think he knew what he was doing. So to me, these smell like used condoms, unwashed genitalia, sweat, bile, body fluids. They're really, really rank. And I think that's the point. Just like with all of these, the point of these is not to smell good, it's to smell as it's described. And they achieve that. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. These are potent as well. They are perfume oils, and I didn't realize at the time, and I ended up getting it all over my hands. We were out and about in Rome, and I couldn't wash it off. It just would not come off. It was awful. I felt so disgusting having that smell on my hands. Oh my God. Now we get to the final 2, and these 2 are very much on par for the worst ones out there and the most difficult ones I've tried. However, one slightly beats the other. So number 2, we have Inexcusable Evil by Toscavat. This is a really infamous fragrance, and you've probably heard of this one if you've done any kind of exploration into unusual fragrances. It took me a really long time to try this because it was really, really hard to get hold of a sample. I had to track it down and eventually ordered one from Germany. I am nothing if not dedicated to the cause, okay? But anyway, I tried this for the first time a couple of days ago. Oh my God. I don't think I've recovered yet. It's awful. It's terrible. It's so nasty. So if you don't know, this fragrance is essentially an olfactive depiction of the horrors of war. And I think it really does encapsulate that. It's got notes of blood, gunpowder, iodine, flowers, ozonic notes. It's a very, very strange fragrance, and one that I found incredibly difficult to stomach. From the first spray, I retched. I gag far too often on the internet, apparently. Just, nope. It was awful. It was traumatizing. And to me, this smells like something has gone horrendously wrong in an operating theatre, maybe a field operating theatre in a field hospital. It's dirty, it's gritty, there's blood everywhere, and someone has tried to unsuccessfully clean it, and you can still smell the antiseptic tinged with the blood. It also then smells like iodine that's been put on an open, oozing wound. Like body parts have been blown off in an explosion. There's still like the remnants of the gunpowder in the air. It's just horrifying. It made me feel sad. It made me feel really uncomfortable, and it made me feel so sick. It's just, I felt so ill after trying that fragrance and just a bit depressed, to be honest. And it had such an impact on me. And I think that's just a testament to the power of perfume and the power of scent and perfumery as an art form. And the final fragrance is Odor Space. Now, before anyone comments and says, oh, space doesn't have a smell, yada, 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 it does. Let me explain. So NASA actually commissioned this fragrance. So the astronauts were fully prepared for every circumstance, everything that they would experience in space. They're prepared for everything, and it makes sense that the scent was to be included, just to mitigate any surprises when they actually got to space itself. Now, how can you smell something in a vacuum? Well, quite easily. What what it is once an astronaut has done a spacewalk or a mission outside of the ISS or wherever they are, they've returned to the airlock, they've removed their spacesuit. It's the smell that is left on their equipment that the perfume has been made to replicate. And according to astronauts who've tried this perfume, it's apparently incredibly accurate. Which is horrifying, because if space smells like that, I'm never going to space, unless Elon Musk takes us all to Mars. I don't know. Odor Space is the worst thing I have ever smelled in my entire life. Not just the worst perfume, the worst scent I have ever experienced. By looking at the notes themselves, I feel like it doesn't look like it would be too terrible, but don't let them fool you, because this is absolutely horrific. It's the most inhumane smell. It's like nothing in the natural world, which is why it's so horrifying. It's so unnerving. It's so incredibly unnerving. It smells like what I imagine the aftermath of a nuclear disaster would smell like. It's very chemically, it's very plasticky, it's burnt, there's a meat smell, but it's foul. There's exhaust, there's metal. This fragrance is so potent as well. I made the mistake of spraying this inside and it got on my bedding. I had to wash it immediately. I had to open all the windows. This smell did not leave my house for days. It is the most appalling smell ever. And like, I had to use washing up liquid to scrub it off my skin. It's awful. It's unbearable. A lot of people who tried it do not have anywhere near as much of an extreme reaction to me, but I would take like secretions, sombra, any of those weird body fluid ones any day over Odor Space. Smelt it twice, and on both occasions I literally nearly wanted to be sick. It is so disgusting. It's terrible. I like to think that if this perfume was a movie, it would be Event Horizon. If you've seen that film, then you know that hell scene is burnt into my retina. This is the fragrance that would accompany it. If you want to see first impressions of any of the fragrances I've talked about today, you can find them on my TikTok, and I'll pop that up here for you guys to go follow. I'd love to know if any of you guys have tried any of these fragrances. Please let me know down below and let me know your ranking. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for some more perfume adventures.